Kawasaki.
What's up, people? It's your boy Zero, back with another video. Now, hope you guys enjoyed my last video. Now, it's time to go further into this bullshit. Now, I really haven't had the time to say anything about Nintendo, so this video, we'll talk about Nintendo right now. Now I want to say that the Wii U. Can you hear me? Is the music too loud?
The music is a little loud.
Let's see. Let me turn this down, fellas. Folks.
And ladies.
Ladies and folks. How about now?
A little bit more. That's fine.
Okay, how about there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't know my shit was too loud. But anyways, now, let's get started. Now, the Wii U came out November 18th, 2012. Launch wasn't bad. You know, I picked up 10 games at launch. Bam, bam, bam. Now, as time progresses, shit got slow. Now, they did a direct in January where they announced some games, some awesome fucking games that were coming. And then the release of games was just like my hands moving. Slowly, no releases. Then we get some Monster Hunter, bam. Injustice, bam. Then what else came out after that? I think Batman, then Resident Evil. Then slowly, no games didn't come out for like a couple months. Bam. Then we got not Animal Crossing, Pikmin 3. Then we got next. I think it's Splinter Cell. I think it's next. Now, I know the fanboys to see this is good. This bullshit right here is good for the fanboys because they wanna. Oh, see, I told you, when you ain't got no games, man, ain't got no games, ain't got no games. Like I said, it does have games. It just don't have a steady release of games because, like, my problem with Nintendo is they shouldn't never underestimate the process of the development of from the transition from standard definition to HD, and that's where they fucked up, and that's why the process of the games are slow because they're behind. So they're coming, they're just behind right now. It is what gets me is motherfuckers get the system, then they get upset because ain't no releases. Like when new consoles come out, you're gonna get the transition of not a lot of releases in the first 6 months or even the first year. Then later on that year, it'll come. Now, Nintendo, I don't know how many directs they did this year, but they did some. And then the whole thing where E3 this year, they decided to change it and make it into a direct instead of an actual show. Now, my problem with that is I think Nintendo should have did it on stage so everybody can see. It's just not the internet, but everybody on TV can see it. And that's where I think where it was wrong, because when they showed their direct during E3, the shit was only 40-something minutes long. Compared to Sony and Microsoft E3 conference, Microsoft's was an hour and a half, Sony's was like over 2 hours. I'm like, they could have had more time, and they didn't even show a lot of games too. There was shit that I was expecting to see, didn't happen. Then Retro Studio games was Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, and then Mario's game, Super Mario 3D World, and wasn't really excited because I was expecting something like Galaxy, and the Nintendo fanboys, oh, this is going to be better than Galaxy because it has elements from blah 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 blah, this and that, blah blah blah, but bullshit. But the thing is, from the transition from Mario Galaxy 2, how awesome that was, and then going to 3D World, it's kind of like it's being a sequel. It seemed like it was a sequel for 3D Land, but they decided to make it into a console. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm not looking at it from a fanboy standpoint. I'm actually looking at it from a gamer standpoint that's not a fanboy. Fanboys will say some dumb shit like that. Well, they're trying to, it's going to be better because I'm not making no excuses. It should have been better. So I hope there's another one coming out during the Wii U's life cycle. Now, my problem is with Nintendo is the updates. They talking about there's supposed to be 2 updates that's supposed to go make the system better, right? So, got the spring. They gave us a freaking update real late in spring. during what, April? I think it was April, like mid-April, almost end of April, almost when spring was almost fucking over. And then we had a summer update. Then, yeah, it got delayed. It got delayed until fall, so it's going to be the fall update. And what gets me is they haven't speaking on what this next update is going to do. They haven't said shit about it. And what pissed me off, these games that they showed that they ain't talked about, like the Yoshi Yarn, they ain't said shit about it during E3 when I was expecting that. Nintendo, get with the fucking times, man. I'm sorry. You have to keep it up with these other ones. I'm like, for competition, I know you guys don't give a fuck, but then the thing is, when Microsoft and Sony is doing shit that some of the consumers want, they're gonna go to them. The ones that are gonna stick with Nintendo is the freaking loyalist fanboys. That's the problem. The loyalist fanboys. That's the ones that's gonna stick with Nintendo. But the ones that wants good experiences and good online experiences, you're not really gonna find it on the Wii U.
Excuse me.
Until they have better games. Like, we won't even have our first party online Nintendo game won't be till next year. This is where Nintendo need to sit back and think, take your head out your asses and actually do something right now. Like, your sales. I don't really give a fuck about sales, but people are mentioning your sales. You only sold 160,000 units within the last couple of months. But that's no games. And I think Nintendo need to try to be. And what really gets me is their advertising fucking sucks. Like, when the Wii was out, fucking advertisement after advertisement. They had good advertisement for the Wii. It was fucking awesome. Always saw a commercial we would like to play. Like, we always saw a commercial for that. But the Wii U is not like that. I don't know what the fuck Nintendo's thinking. I think they're trying to think we can try not to advertise like as much as we did with the Wii and try to see how it does on their own. I don't know. I don't know what Nintendo has in plans, but they need to work on it. That's why I like, a real fan, this is how I say it. A real fan will point out the problems, basically the pros and cons, and the problems that a company needs to work on to become better. And that's what I'm saying about Nintendo. They need to work better at some of these things they didn't do. You trying to bring online? Work on your online. Make it better so you can have more consumers come like, oh, Nintendo got good online. I'll pick up a Wii U. Stuff like that. And I think Nintendo's gonna be okay. It's just the games that's slowing it down. It's probably, I think honestly it's gonna be like the 3DS. And I think what really would blast the Wii U off more if they do the same thing they did with the 3DS. Drop it down about $50 for both versions of the console. And I think bundle 2 games with it besides Nintendo Land. Bundle another game like Monster Hunter or something. I think it will fly off shelves. I think it'll do pretty good. But that's all I have to say about the Wii U right now and Nintendo. I think Nintendo, they need to change not everything how they do, like not their games, but that they need to change certain things. The communication with the consumers. I need to fix that, especially explaining if you announce something later on in the year and then you still haven't talked about it and we're almost towards the end of the year. Kind of need to speak on it so you let us know what we're expecting, because I want to know what you guys are going to try to put in this next update for the system. You see what I'm saying? But hey, time will tell. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Game on, gamers. 0